Hey everyone, we're back for the late show. How are you? Hope it was a good show with Trish and her guest. Her guest is amazing. I love them both. I hope they had a good show. I have some updates for you in the Gregory Lynn case. I also have an update for you in the two bodies found on the walking track. Let's go with Gregory Lynn first because that update just came out a minute ago. So, just like I thought earlier, Friday's a short day for this jury due to a personal reason of one of the jurors. One of the jurors cannot go past 1 p.m. on a Friday. So on Fridays, they tend to finish up early. Friday's a weird day at court anyway. A lot of the time, they don't do a full day anyway. Well, like it depends who it is, but yeah, Fridays are like a flex day sometimes. Um, in this particular instance today, we do not have a decision. There is no decision coming today. The jury have been sent home at 1 p.m. and they entered the court at 12:45 and they were released for the weekend. Justice Michael Croucher reminded the jury they were not to discuss the case outside of the jury room and not without their fellow jurors present. He said any questions the jury may have should be passed to his associate, and following discussions with the parties, he would answer the question in court. Thirdly, Justice Croucher reminded jurors when they recommence deliberations on Monday, they are to apply all directions of law given his charge last week. He said, with all that said, thank you for your attention and have a good weekend. Do whatever you do, and we'll see you back here on Monday. So that is it for the week. We're out. There is no decision coming before Monday. It's going to be a long deliberate, much longer than I thought. I really thought this was going to be a 2 day, sort of like an American trial. I thought we were going to be done in about like 9 hours and we're going to be out of here. But we've already passed our first week of deliberations. That is, they must have some interesting splits on the jury. I don't know what they are. They haven't spoken anything publicly while they're in deliberations, obviously. But it's interesting that they are still having a think about it. The prosecution case, if it was, as strong as you'd like it to be, I would have thought that we may have had a verdict by now. So that's all I can say without getting into too much trouble. But I think it is interesting that we're in day 5 of these deliberations already. It's technically day 6, but the first day they didn't do anything. They basically went straight home. So we're in our day 5 really, and that's it. Still no verdict in the Gregory Lynn trial. Yeah, like I said, it's gone very differently to how I thought it was going to go. And will Monday be the day we get an actual answer to the question: is Gregory Lynn guilty of the murders of these two people that you see on the screen here? Thank you. I appreciate it, Sherry. You just chill out and listen. We've got stuff to talk about. Um, so yeah, there's your update for Gregory Lynn. That's it. We're out for the weekend on that. It's Friday afternoon here in Australia, not Thursday night like you guys are. And then I want to show you this. Since we were away from about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago, I was able to start tracking down this location for this double murder a bit more. It's around here. Now, I don't know exactly. Look, you can see there's a walking track here, leads to a cliff face, actually. Look at that. There's also one right here that leads onto the beach. You can see right there, there's a track. It's named everything. So it goes up into here, and then there's a car park up here. So I guess people would park up here and then head down to the beach. Now, I have some new information. The two people that died on the walking track says an investigation has been launched after two bodies were found on a walking track. The man and a woman who are yet to be formally identified were found by a passerby on a walking near Wreck Breed. Wreck Beach in Gellibrand Lower is just there in Victoria about 10:45 a.m. on Friday. That was a few hours ago now. The circumstances surrounding the deaths are yet to be determined. Officers have cordoned off the area and a crime scene has been established. The Herald Sun reports a gun may have been found at the scene. Police say they are not searching for anyone else in relation to the incident at this early stage of the investigation. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers on 1-800 333 000. Right now, that's all we have. The Great Ocean Walk. Hold on. We might be able to narrow this down a little bit more. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. Let me try and have a look at something. There's something here. Hmm. Okay, interesting. They're saying it's part of the Great Ocean Walk. If that's true, I wonder if they have an interactive map that we can have a look at. Just trying to see if we can get like a deeper map so I can show you. Come on, website. That's interesting because if it is the one I think it is, official sections. All right. Blanket Bay to Cape Otway to Aries Inlet. That's annoying. It doesn't give me a big map that I can have a look at. But if it is somewhere around here, there are a couple of walking tracks that it could be a part of. I'm not from the area, so I don't know. But if it's connected, you would think that's the only one that you could really do if you can you walk all the way along here? No. I don't know. There is these walking tracks you can see here. Some of these are roads actually. That's a coastal road. But that's a track there. That's a trail. But there's other ones here, like right here. There's one that goes up through here. I don't know if that's part of it. Anyway, it doesn't really say. It just says it's somewhere around Wreck Beach, which is right here. And there is that one. And it looks like there's a little one here that leads up to this like cliff face here. And then something here. uh, yeah, so I don't know, but somewhere around here. Pretty isolated. Look at this. If you were down here at night, I don't know if anyone would know you were here. Look at this. Look at this giant cliff face here. It's very pretty. Very pretty area. Isn't the 12 the apostles around here somewhere? Or is my direction off? I don't even know my own state. Let me see if that's around here somewhere so I can show you. That's a hell of a cliff too. I don't know. I'm probably going in the wrong direction. Let's go back here. Yeah, I don't know. But there's there. Great Ocean Walk. The Great Ocean Walk. So they said it's connected to this. It's a shame it doesn't show you the whole thing. Anyway, showing you around the site. Sunburn. How'd you get sunburn? Yeah, I hope you get released soon. There's not much news other than that, so that's all we're going to be able to tell you today. Yeah, it's interesting. The news articles here won't give the direct location. They'll only say it's at Wreck Beach. So I showed you that, and that's all I can do right now. 2 bodies were found. Let me check one other source of information and see if we can get anything more interesting. Let's check the Guardian. Okay. So they're just saying they haven't been identified as of yet. Police said the circumstances of the death are deaths, 2 deaths, are yet to be determined. They were found on a walking track in the state's Otway Ranges. Otway Ranges. All right, that's all we have. Beautiful location, but what a horrible place to be killed for some reason. Yeah, it's very pretty, but it's now going to be, having some sort of, I don't know, stigma to it. People will always be talking about the time there was 2 bodies down there or something. There's the Otway Lighthouse. Apollo Bay Coastal Reserve. Okay. Well, that's all I can do for you at this point. Wow, is there really a cemetery here? Yeah, there is too. Look at this. Apparently, there is a small cemetery out here. That's a bit creepy. Moonlight Head Cemetery. Where exactly is a Moonlight Head Cemetery? Right here. There doesn't seem to be that many people buried here, right? Are they in the trees, maybe? Maybe they're under the tree canopies or something. Because, like, this area here, there looks like there's only, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe like 15. Maybe it's not in use anymore. It looks like it's only about 15 grave markers there now. Moonlight Head, yeah, that's the Gabe track. Okay. And then that one leads to where exactly? Oh, okay. It leads off that one that leads down to the beach. So this is the beach access here. You can see the stairwell that goes onto the track here. I don't know. We'll find out more later. Anyway, hope you had fun looking through there. All right, let's go to America. Anyway, I wanted to give you that update because more information had come through since I spoke to you guys. All right, let's get out of here. No more Stacey Lee Drake. We already did that one. Let's see what else is on my list for you people. Let's see what else we can talk about tonight. Serial killer. Nope, we did that. No, we did that one. Actually, let's have a look at this one. We did the girl that was found, the woman, not girl, that was found at the marina yesterday. Apparently there's an update about the other woman who was found there. Yeah, second woman found at the wharf. They thought it was a drug overdose. Let's see what they're saying today.
Well, new at 10, a second woman has been found dead on a dock in League City. Investigators responded to the Wharf Marina today.
That is the same marina where a woman was found hanging in what police have called a staged suicide 3 weeks ago. ABC 13's Jessica Willey has the update.
Investigators are still waiting on autopsy results, so there is a lot that has not been revealed. But I can tell you residents here at the wharf are scared. They say squatters have brought drugs into the area, and now there's a second death in just 3 weeks' time. Police suspect drugs may be involved in today's death. And the way the first victim's body was found, well, they think that was staged. The peace and quiet of living on the water disturbed once again by news of a second woman's death. League City police confirm her body was removed from a boat Wednesday at the Wharf Marina. 3 weeks ago, Giselle Salazar Tapia was found hanging from a dock.
I would never hurt Giselle.
James Hart says the 30-year-old lived on his boat. She was his girlfriend. Police say they have 2 persons of interest, described only as the people most recently closest to her, and have said they suspected foul play, not suicide, from the start.
As it stands, when she was found, her arm was suspended up in the air, and there was nothing holding it there. So we believe that she probably passed away with her arm extended up above her head like that, and then rigor mortis had set in prior to her being placed there.
Manner of death has not been released tonight. Her family tells ABC 13 they want to find out what happened and find the person or persons responsible. The woman found today has not been identified. How she died is also yet to be determined. Residents say these deaths are shocking in a community that used to feel safe. In League City, Jessica Willey, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
A new at 10.
You know, that detail is very interesting. The one about the arm above the head almost makes it seem like she was killed on a flat surface, like a bed or something like that. And she was reaching or maybe trying to push someone off. I'm not sure. But it is interesting. At least they figured out that it was a murder, finally. Let me see. Yeah, you know, other people picked up on those strange comments by her partner that he said she left to go to the bathroom, but he said he thought she'd be gone a couple of days. That, you know, I can totally relate. Often, you know, I go to the toilet and I'm missing for a couple of days. No one comes looking for me either. It just seems like a natural event. Happens all the time. You know, it's just a natural thing. People go missing for days at a time, visiting the bathroom. It's like the underworld. People just disappear. It does seem like a problem area. It does. Yeah, it seems a little odd. She might, just to eat me though. We always say that if we die in the house and there's no food around, she'd be the first to eat us. 100%. 1000%. Muffin would probably sleep on Dad's chest and be like, "Dad, wake up." But the other one would just be like, "No, don't try wake him up. Just eat him." She just she gives 0 Fs. She's just like, "I want my food," and that's it. She would not care. Yeah, it is a little weird. Angela says, "Hand above her head. Sometimes I sleep like that." Yeah, like that. Like if you're on your side. Yeah, that is a bit weird. It seems a bit odd to think that, okay, rigor mortis has set in. We have to get rid of the body. So let's tie a rope around it and then put her in the water while she's stiff. So if anyone finds her, she will literally look like a mannequin that someone has dumped over the edge of the wharf. No one will ever suspect us. Everyone will think she died a natural death. Are you serious? How much freaking methamphetamine did you smoke? How many marijuanas did you have? Because that is some crazy stuff you thinking. Hey Deborah, how are you? Good to see you. Marilyn Landis is here as well. Yeah. People say that should be on the show that's like people say the craziest things because I don't know who thought that was a clever idea. At least like a few to 7 hours, like it was a while. I remember we did the one with there was a kid who died at a camp in Carolina, and they said when they came out in the morning to check on him that he was already in rigor mortis. But they said they checked on him at 6 a.m., an hour and a half beforehand, and he was alive. And as soon as they said that, I was like, you are caught in your absolute bull crap because there is no way you go into that kind of rigor mortis in an hour after dying. And I was like, you you just told on yourself. There is no way that someone checked on that kid at 6 a.m. in the morning. So knew they were talking crap. Ladies, yes. It is a full moon. Are we going to get more crazy stuff on a Friday night for you tomorrow night? Might have to do like an all-night radio radio scan stream and listen to all the crazy stuff going down on the emergency, what do they call it? Like the broadcast from the radios. You have to listen to it, and we've got a werewolf running down 42nd Street. What do you mean a werewolf? Well, it's either that or like this guy is really hairy. We're not sure which one. So to not offend him, we're just going to call him a werewolf today. When we actually apprehend him, we'll see if it's a man or a werewolf. That type of thing. Let me get you an older thing about Giselle. See if there's an update on her. Police suspect a foul play. Yep, we do know that. 3 hours ago. ABC 13 in Houston. Okay. No, we already heard from these two. Says League City PD investigates a possible connection between two bodies found in three weeks apart. A second woman has been found dead at the same League City marina where a mother of four was found hanged from a dock 3 weeks ago. They said investigators have not ruled out a possible connection. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to continue. I honestly don't think this is a coincidence. Could be. Bad things happen at that wharf all the time. It says Allegra's sister, Giselle, was found hanged from a dock at the wharf marina. Salazar Tapia lived on a boat docked at the marina with her boyfriend James. I love Giselle with all my heart. With all my life. Sorry, his last name is Hart. He said, I love Giselle with all my life. Hart told ABC 13. Lieutenant Eric Cox told ABC 13 the department suspects foul play in her death. Yeah, she was found suspended from the dock with one of her arms unusually extended above her head. Like that, or like this, or something. Cox said this led police to believe she died elsewhere and that she was in another position when rigor mortis set in. He said they believe her body was then staged to make it appear as though she harmed herself by hanging. Cox said the department has identified two persons of interest in the case. They're people that we know she probably had the closest interaction with while she was living with. So possibly the guy who said, "Oh, I thought she went to the toilet and then went missing for a couple of days." Not that guy, right? Because that guy was honestly telling the truth. I swear to God, I believed every word he said. There's no way he hurt his girlfriend, right? There's no way. I mean, he just seems like the most honest person. Never, never told a lie in his life. All his information seems credible. I mean, can't be. Hart told ABC 13 he feels he has been criminalized. I don't know about that. After Salazar Tapia's death, he said, I would never hurt Giselle. Okay. League City PD confirmed officers had been called to the marina several times before her death for domestic disturbances she was involved in. We always had to remind her that the people that she called friends, all the people that she talked to, those were not her friends. They did not care for her. Police have not released the identity of the second woman found dead on a boat docked at the marina on July 19th. They are waiting on autopsy results, but preliminarily believe her death may have been an overdose. The medical examiner is also waiting toxicology from the First Lady's death. Allegria, is that her sister? Allegria or Allegria? I can't tell. Told ABC 13 she fears her sister's good nature and addictions may have been exploited. They saw They saw how she was. They saw that she was a kind person. They saw that she cared so much for everyone, and they took advantage of that. She wanted to come back to us and be healthy, sober, and happy, and she didn't get a chance to do any of that. She said her family wants the people responsible for her death in jail. Yes, that would be good. Yes, that would be great. All right, let me see if I can find anything else on. Let me see if I can find anything else on when the day she was found. Maybe we'll get more information. I want to see if there's anything from the week they found her. Hold on. All right, let's check this one. Yeah, according to a news release from League City Police Department, officers at about 1:48 p.m. on May 31st responded to a call at the marina in the 700 block of Davis Road regarding a woman who was hanging off a dock. Multiple callers told the emergency dispatcher that the woman appeared to have been lifeless as she hung by a rope from the dock. Police and emergency personnel from League City Fire Department responded to the location where they located the victim. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A man who was possibly the victim's boyfriend became very distraught and would not come out of his boat. After a short time, officers were able to talk the man safely off the boat. But after more than a week of investigating, police confirmed that the evidence at the scene indicated that she had been killed somewhere else before being brought to the marina and hung from the dock. I mean, he admits that he's probably the last person to see her alive before she went to the bathroom or whatever. I mean, I don't know where you want us to go from here. Uh, okay. She was in bed. She got up to go to the bathroom. The moment she stepped outside the door, a ninja came, abducted her, took her far away, killed her in that location, so as nobody could hear the killing taking place. After she died, he left her there for like 5 hours and then came back, picked up her body, took it all the way back to the marina, found a rope, tied her up, and then put her in the like half in the water, half out of the water, you know, as a signal to the rest of the people that he'll not be messed with and his enemies will be dealt with. I mean, no, it doesn't sound anything logical. I mean, I think they're getting pretty close. I think the police officers have a fair idea of what happened. They're probably just trying to prove it. It says here her arm was found suspended in the air and there was nothing holding it there. I hope no one was like, high five. Please, that's not funny. It's a dead person. They said here, so we believe she probably passed away with her arm extended above her head like that, and then rigor mortis had set in prior to her being placed in the water. Cox also told the station that police had two persons of interest. Yep, we know that. They're people she probably had the closest interaction with while she was living out there, so they have both been interviewed. KTRK also identified the boyfriend as 30-year-old James Hart, whose boat had reportedly been at the marina where her body was found since March 2024. Hart spoke to the station about what happened the last night he saw the victim. He said they were both staying on the boat for the night when she got up sometime after midnight, and he went to the bathroom. When she didn't return, he had assumed she had gone for a few days and went back to bed. That's often what I do when my girlfriend or wife leaves the house. Normally not when my wife leaves the house, but when my girlfriend leaves the house. I often get, you know, very curious about where she's going at 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm like, hey, I should probably follow her and make sure she's okay. Otherwise my wife might find out. So there you go. But not this guy. This guy was like, yeah, she'll be back in a couple of days. And then he went back to bed. It wasn't until police contacted him the following afternoon that he learned she was dead. You sure about that? You sure it took him till the following afternoon to know that she was dead? Okay. He said, I would never hurt her. Okay. Hart also reportedly said that he typically has 2 surveillance cameras on the boat, but one disappeared before her death, and the other appeared to have been turned by hand to face away from his vessel. No. No way. Someone get Unsolved Mysteries out here. Someone get them. This has to be on the next season. It is the biggest mystery. I mean, we're going to need so many investigators. We're going to need people from the FBI, you know, get Quantico out here, get the friggin' profilers. We need all the help we can get to solve why the camera was not facing his boat. This is going to be a mystery that's going to dawn ages. It's going to go throughout time. People will write books on it. It sounds ridiculous. The victim family agreed with police regarding the manner of her death, telling the station that she would never have taken her own life. She said, I just want everyone to know that my sister didn't do this to herself. She didn't hurt her, like take her own life. We just want justice for her. We want whoever is responsible who did this to my sister, we want them to be charged for what they did to her. There you go. Yeah, a lot of people have similar comments to me in the comments thread. Yeah, the cameras, one went missing. It just disappeared. And then one was turned around the other way. Hey, Bizarre Life, how are you? Danny Mitchell said, wouldn't it be great if James came into the chat butthurt? He's probably off looking for the missing security camera, to help the police investigation. Rachel says, I wonder if it was possible she overdosed and didn't want to be found on the, he didn't want her to be found on the boat. Maybe. Then at a minimum, you have some sort of like desecration with a corpse or, some sort of moving a body or, not reporting a death, that type of thing. Yes, that is true. It is a very sad story. That woman deserves justice, but I think justice is coming. I think just the cops need a little bit more time to figure a couple more things out, get a nice fat warrant going, and, go round up the people, so to speak. I don't think it's going to be that long before we get, before the family gets some, some new information and news. I think it's going to be pretty quick. But it is interesting about this second death in the same location. And like Rachel said, maybe it was a drug overdose because this second woman possibly died from a drug overdose. What's going on that wharf where these women keep dying from possibly drugs? Like the other girl was an addict. It says it in the article, says she had addictions. Hey, it's nothing to be ashamed of. People have struggles in life. We're not here to beat anyone down for their problems. I'm not going to do that. But it's just a fact. She had addictions. This other woman died of a possible drug overdose. Maybe there's something there. Why didn't they keep his boat as evidence? I don't know. Did they keep the boat? I thought they said they did keep it. They might have just kept it for a short period and went through it and then released it. It's probably, I don't know. I'm not sure what the maritime law is in this part of Texas. I have no idea. Let's have a look. League City Police Department. Let's see if they can impound a boat. It says they can. They have a marine division. like a water police, then they can impound it. Says here the League City Police Department is investigating the second death of a woman reported dead at the marina on Wednesday. Officers said they responded just after 12:45 p.m. after a woman was found not breathing on one of the boats docked at the marina wharf at Clear Lake. Authorities said initial indications are the woman died from a drug overdose. What boat was she on? That's interesting that they haven't said what boat. Is it the same boat that that guy owns? Is it a different boat? It's interesting. And how far away from the rope, the girl hanging from the rope, was it? What? No way. Hold on. How did I miss this? They found her? No way. Sorry, I know it sounds stupid, but I just caught this. Texas EquiSearch finds remains believed to be Kimberly Langwell after 25 years of searching in the driveway. Where did they find it? Ground penetrating radar systems. Within minutes, officials said, "Wow, okay, no way, that's so cool." We actually covered Kimberly Langwell's case from Cold Justice a few months ago when they had a crack at the case, and yeah, remains found at ex-boyfriend's property. They said in the episode of Cold Justice that they thought it was that ex-partner who had been giving her money but didn't realize that she had been spending it to go on holidays with another man, that she had told him it was a girlfriend trip, like going away with the girls, and he had given her money for it, but she had taken that money to go away with another guy. That is so awesome. I'm so glad her poor daughter spent like a lot of her adult life not knowing what happened to her mom. And she was on the thing. It was so heartbreaking to hear her talk about her mom. You know, she said a lot of times she was so angry at her mom because you know she was a teenage girl and her mom worked late and was often away. And she goes, I was always, you know, a bit cranky and stuff like that. And she goes, all I wish is that I could have, you know, told my mom how I feel, spent more time with her. And she goes, I never will get that opportunity. Um, I don't know how we missed this. I know we did the thing when they the driveway, but I didn't think they actually found anything. All right, cool. I'm so happy to bring this to you.
Developing tonight, we're getting more insight into the arrest of a man for the 1999 murder of Kimberly Langwell. Today, Beaumont police confirmed it was an informant that led them to Terry Rose's doorstep. After a 4-day search of his property, BPD confirms human remains were found. While those remains are still being tested for official ID, police believe they are Kimberly Langwell's.
And today, during a press conference, investigators said the discovery was a group effort with multiple agencies involved. They're hoping this will help bring closure to Langwell's family now.
Search efforts over the past several days serve as a prime example of how effective partnerships bring about big impact.
News reporter Clayton Rhodes spoke with Langwell's daughter today, who was 15 years old when she had to report her mother missing. She joins us in studio tonight. And Clayton, yesterday's discovery is bittersweet for this family.
That's right, Brenda. Jordan, Tiffany McInnes has waited 25 years for answers in her mother's disappearance. And after yesterday's discovery and arrest, she's one step closer to closure.
It's a long time coming, and I'm so very grateful to have my mother back. Not in the way that I wanted her, but to know that she's no longer being held is a good feeling.
Tiffany McInnes has waited for answers in her mother's disappearance for 25 years. She was only 15 years old when she reported her 34-year-old.
Look at that photo of her mom. And then look at this. She just looks so much like her mom. like spitting image, and I think they're around the same age right now. I think she's in her 30s right now. I think her mum was around that age when she went missing. Um, she just looks so much like her mum. Oh, like it's like a ghost is appearing. She looks so similar. Um, yeah, I saw her on Cold Justice. She looks exactly just as stunning as her mum too. Pretty ladies, pretty ladies. But I'm so thankful that they found her after 25 years, and it was exactly where they thought she might be the entire time. And hey, Tim Miller, the that guy, it just has a knack, doesn't he? He just has a knack for finding things. Um, the fact that he was the one and he had to look around and he was like, "Hey, let's get some ground penetrating radar and have a look under this." They got it, scanned it, and found some anomalies, and that's it. They figured it out. I mean, that's great, and they arrested the ex partner too. Great news. Sometimes justice is just a little bit delayed. Shame they couldn't get it done for the show a few months ago, but glad to see they finally got it done. Rachel says 25 years. I'm glad they have some. Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like to be her daughter and grow up and be like, "What happened to my mom? Like, where is she?" And then to find out that it was this guy, a man that she knew, a man that had been in her family unit at one point, and he's the guy responsible for taking her mother away. I mean, she has every right to be absolutely nuclear red hot angry at him for everything, but she's seems pretty good. I think she's happy to bring her mum home. That is great news. I'm so thankful that they were able to do that. Hold on. I'm just trying to. I want to see more about the actual arrest. Here we go. This is what I want. Beaumont man indicted for murder in 1999. There we go. Yeah, this guy, Terry Rose, he was on the episode of Cold Justice, and they didn't like anything he said. When they actually approached him, he tried to run away from them. They ended up cornering him on the other side of his property. And when they spoke to him, he was very deflective about things, and he gave answers on that day that were very different to the answers he gave when she first went missing. And they just went, that's very odd. Very odd to change your story 30 years later or whatever. Very strange. Anyway, I'll show you him. Terry Rose indicted for 1999 murder after police find remains believed to be missing Beaumont woman.
On another cold case that's making headlines, a Jefferson County grand jury has indicted Terry Rose for the murder of Kimberly Langwell. Langwell, as we told you, went missing back in July of 1999. And Rose was arrested Thursday after investigators say they found human remains on his property. Rose was Langwell's ex-boyfriend at the time that she went missing 25 years ago. In April, police say an informant told them that Rose had admitted to killing Langwell and burying her body on his property. BPD, the FBI, ATF, even Texas EquiSearch spent 4 days searching Terry's record service on Lindbergh Drive, and Rose was arrested soon after that body was discovered. Tonight, he's being held on a $1 million bond.
I find it very interesting that no one picked up at the time that things had moved at the wrecking yard. Like, was it like a circle of trust where people didn't talk and say what they knew? Because they knew that she went missing. They interviewed him at that property several times, and no one noticed that there was new concrete being laid down, that there was new like disturbances in the earth, or I would like to know more about that. What happened at that property in 1999 that people didn't see? Either new concrete being laid down or the soil being disturbed, or he didn't have much time, right? It happened very early in the evening one night. They're a wrecker service, right? So they're going to be trucks coming in and out. What happened to the point where people couldn't see? Like he would have such limited time. So I would want to know what happened when the cops went there the next day to look for her. or whenever they got there. But hey, it's nice to have answers. Shivers Girl said it was the same with Dharma. Buzz tours going off in the middle of the night. Yeah, that bit frustrates me with this. I would like to know more. Yeah, let's see. In April 2024, police talked to a reliable informant who told them that Langwell had been killed inside Rose's Lindbergh Drive home on July 9th, 1999, which is the same day she was last seen. According to a probable cause affidavit in the case, the informant also told police that Langwell had been buried on the property. Police got a search warrant based on that information and began searching at the home on Monday, June 10th, 2024. 3 days later, on June 13th, police found human remains on the property, which they believe belonged to Langwell. According to the affidavit, the discovery was consistent with what the informant told police. During a news conference Friday morning, police said that after searching for several days at his home, that they had found what they believed to be the remains of Kimberly. Make no mistake, this was a team effort, they said. The police were assisted by the Jefferson County DA, the FBI, the ATF, and the local Public Works Department and Texas Equisearch. So good work, Tim Miller. Good work. Singletary made it a point to mention three detectives, Lieutenant Mitch and Sergeant Jesus, Detective Heather. Oh, they were the three that were on the show. Who he said had worked the case and had been in contact with the family over the years. Yeah, all three of those people were on the show. Kimberly Langwell's daughter, Tiffany, was at the news conference and spoke to 12 News afterwards. She said, "I don't think I've processed it, to be honest, but in the moment that you hear that they've found your mother, you're elated." She said of how she feels about the latest news about her mum's case. She said, "It's a long time coming. I'm so very grateful to have my mother back, not in the way I wanted her, but to know that she's no longer being held is a good feeling. I don't believe that we will ever truly know what happened besides what the evidence is going to show," she said, "but I've always wanted to know that she's there." But no, she said, "But I've always known that she's there. I've known that since the day that she was gone. It's tough to know where your mum is and know that there's nothing you can do." And it says Langwell, who was 34 years old at the time, was last seen July 10th, 1999. According to the file stories, her car was found abandoned in the parking lot of the Phelan Shopping Centre on Dowland Road, with her mobile phone in the car, but her keys and purse were missing. On Thursday, FBI agents and police began breaking up concrete and digging up the driveway on a home on Lindbergh as they continued to search the property. The FBI joined the search on Tuesday morning and brought in ground-penetrating radar and cadaver dogs to assist in the search, according to the police. No other new information was released. That is awesome. Watching that show a few months ago, they really painted a picture that it was him. They just knew it. They just couldn't quite prove it without the body. And they just knew that he wasn't telling the truth. He had some thunderstorms. I don't even see Gambler. Where is he? Oh, hey Gambler. Good to see you. Hey Sharon. All right. That is great news. Happy to hear that. Very happy. Let's see what else we got in cold cases. Do we have anything else? That's interesting. I didn't even know this. Hold on. That is very interesting in relation to Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. The court issued an order this week permanently sealing 97 exhibits from the public, including media outlets. I find that interesting because at the beginning of the case, he said everything that had been entered into evidence as exhibits would be released to the media after both trials were over. Now that they are both over, now they're changing it. I have no problem with them sealing any kind of autopsy photos of children or underage people. I have no qualms in that because no one needs to see that ever. But some of the other stuff, like maybe the photos from Daybell's house after the bodies were removed, that might be interesting for people. But interesting that they're not going to allow it. He said that he had received multiple requests for previously sealed exhibits from the trials, with some expressly requesting the autopsy photos published to the jury in this case. No. No one needs that. No one needs autopsy photos of JJ Vallow and what was left of Tylee Ryan. No one needs that. Do you want to see that? Put your hand up in chat. Do you want to see JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan in that state? Put your hand up if you do. I don't think we're going to get anyone. I have no desire. I mean, I know maybe some people are into that type of thing, but not me. I have no interest. But interesting that they sealed almost 100 exhibits. Don't know what those other exhibits are, but they will be permanently sealed from the public. Yeah, I actually want the cell phone tower data. That's more what I'm interested in. That's all I really care about. That's just wrong. Yeah, I don't want autopsy photos. I agree. Yeah, I think if you release those photos, the only thing it could do is that it could traumatize the family even more to have those photos in the press constantly getting brought up every time Daybell or Vallow get brought up. Every single time there's a court or an update or whatever, they're going to play those photos or put them in the media or make an article out of it. Put it on the 5 things you should know about the Daybell and Vallow case. So I don't have a problem with it. I want to see the cell phone tower data. That's what I want. It's about the only thing I want from the Valor trial is because I want to see the movements across the different towers. Okay. That is interesting news. There you go. Daybell exhibits will be permanently, not temporarily, permanently sealed. So they'll never see the light of day. All right. Hey, do we know anything else about our fugitive guy? Mr. Nathan Ginter? Let's have a look. Nathan Ginter. Let's have a look. Did they arrest his ass? They still don't have him? I don't think they have him. Let's go to k105.com. It says man convicted of waterboarding, caning, and using stun gun on a toddler daughter is on the loose in Kentucky. Law enforcement in Kentucky, including the U.S. Marshal Service, Kentucky State Police, are searching for a man wanted after being convicted of severe child abuse. Nathan Ginter, 43, of Columbia, South Carolina, is wanted after being convicted of that abuse. The U.S. Marshal Service on Wednesday increased the reward for information leading to his capture from $5,000 to $10,000. Ginter is thought to be with 32-year-old Riley Pearson, also of South Carolina. According to police, she is helping him. Ginter was spotted earlier this week in the Leesburg community near the Scott-Harrison County line. He was first seen in Kentucky at Hidden Lake Farm Campground. Police said Ginter is 6 foot tall, 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighs 185 pounds, has gray hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information on his location is asked to contact the U.S. Marshal Service at 888-7-926-8332 or contact your local law enforcement agency. Nathan goes to South Carolina. Can't believe they haven't caught him yet. Here, I'll bring you.
Continues to search for a man convicted of abusing a child. 43-year-old Nathan Ginter, you see his photo there, was found guilty yesterday following a 3-day trial. Ginter had not shown up for court for the trial, so a judge has now issued a bench warrant for his arrest. Details about his sentence is sealed until they find and arrest him. Ginter was arrested back in March of 2022 after the child's mother took her to the hospital with severe burns. Ginter was held on a $1 million bond after that initial arrest. If you know where he is, call the police immediately.
I wish I had more information on him, but I don't. It's weird. You would think being a fugitive, he would be just everywhere, but let me just check if there's any update here. No, they're still saying, let's check KY State Police and the U.S. Marshals. They're saying he's considered armed and dangerous. I actually have his wanted poster from the Marshals. Hold on. I'll give it to you. There's his U.S. Marshals wanted poster for failure to appear unlawful conduct towards a child. They consider him caution, armed, and dangerous. There he is, wanted for child neglect, and that's a more recent photo because the other photo I have, he doesn't have the goatee. Let me just check the KY State Police again. No update. Yeah, no real update in a while. Yeah, they're still looking for him, and they're looking for him in, is it Leesburg? They still don't, I don't know if they got him or there's no update. Don't know if he was able to escape. But people are still posting articles about him. Yeah, no update since the 19th. So a couple of days now. Yeah, hopefully they find him. Because, and that girl, the girl who is helping him escape. Yeah, that would be good. All right. I think we're just about done. I think the late show is just about finished. Let me just double check. All right, we can do one more. Come on, play the video.
Developing right now, double murder suspects spending their first night in jail after this tense scene played out in the St. George neighborhood. Multiple homeowners capturing this moment. The suspect was taken into custody after an hours-long manhunt. In the last 90 minutes, we have obtained the jail documents identifying the 2 people killed.
They are, as neighbors told us earlier, the suspect's own parents. St. George police arrested the suspect about 8 miles from the Washington home where the shooting happened.
News Specialist Alex Cabrera live in the neighborhood where the manhunt ended. And Alex, you have been looking over those new documents here. What are you learning tonight?
Yeah, according to those court documents, Mike and Deanie, the victims in this case are Gail and Joseph Bailey, who are the parents of the suspect, Mia Bailey, and that they were shot several times. Also, according to that court paperwork, Bailey told police there was no remorse and that, quote, "I would do it again. I hate them." Bailey also bragged about being able to evade law enforcement. But earlier this morning in the St. George neighborhood, Bailey was found in the thick brush back there just in front of a wall. Things like this always happen in someone else's neighborhood.
Insane.
Wednesday morning, though, it happened where Natalie Shaw lives.
And that's when we got the shelter in place message. And I was like, what?
Just down the road in her St. George neighborhood, police had a double murder suspect surrounded. And since police knew that person had a gun, they wanted everyone to be as safe as possible.
Looked out through our windows and you can see straight, and there was 10 police cars, a SWAT car. And we were like, okay, what is happening? And
neighbors shared videos of what they were seeing. Police say 28-year-old Mia Bailey was hiding in the bushes off 28th East and 10th South. Bailey is suspected of shooting and killing 2 people in a Washington City home last night. And it took a negotiations team to get Bailey to give up.
This isn't the end for her, right? We want to make sure that she knows that, and that we're going to treat her the correct way and in a fair way. Make sure, our justice system is followed and that she gets the respect that she needs.
Neighbors say the 2 people killed were Bailey's parents, and that there were issues between the parents and Bailey about Bailey's transition from a man to a woman.
There was already volatility and bad vibes going within the family.
Police are still investigating the exact motive. Either way, this neighborhood is now back to normal.
Holy crap, what a beautiful neighborhood, right? Look at those giant lots for homes. They are massive. It's a touchy subject, especially with the end bit you just heard there. I did hear the same things, that apparently she'd had issues with her parents. I like the guy at the end. He's like, it was just bad vibes between her and the parents. I like that guy. He's just all about the vibes. Yeah. What are you guys dealing drugs in my chat? Yeah, she went to the house and just wiped them out. That is, I'm not sure what they were what she was hoping to achieve, but probably not the way to go about it. The parents were called Joseph and Gail Bailey, and they lived in Washington City. Just before 1 a.m. on Wednesday, police received a report that Bailey was in the area of Horseman Park. KSL said they quickly found her walking north through the something, and they didn't type it properly. But when they ordered her to stop, she took a gun from her waistband and held it to her head. She continued to walk away from police, who lost sight of her in the thick brush in the wash/ravine area. At about 8 p.m., police were told Bailey may have been found in an area near St. George's new Latter-day Saints Temple, and that's where they found her, taking her into custody about 10:30 a.m. She had been charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder, 7 counts of shooting a gun, and aggravated burglary. According to the arrest report, Bailey told police that she did not have remorse for her actions and that she would not change what she had done, and stated, "I would do it again. I hate them." Mia told officers that she went to the residence with the intent to kill her parents. A neighbor's security camera captured Bailey's arrival and departure in a yellow Kia Soul at her parents' home. She provided officers with vivid details of the murders, saying that she entered the house and almost immediately began shooting at her mother. Mia stated that her father heard the shots and began walking towards her. Mia stated that she shot her father in the head and that he immediately dropped to the ground. She went back upstairs, she said, then returned to fire more shots at her father to make sure he was dead. She did the same to her mother. Then, she said, she fired a shot into the door of the bedroom where her brother had locked himself inside. Mia stated that her brother was not her main target, but that she would not have been sad had the gunshot killed him. When police arrived at the scene, they found multiple shell casings on the first floor. Along with the body of Gail Bailey, who was shot 4 times, Joseph Bailey's body was found in the hallway leading to the master bedroom, shot twice. The arrest affidavit also says Bailey bragged about her ability to avoid the efforts of law enforcement to find her while she was running from them. Mia describes jumping fences or walls, hiding in bushes, sleeping in a park bathroom, and other efforts to elude law enforcement, including evading officers, hiding from helicopters, and hiding from drones. KSL reported that Bailey was granted a petition in district court to change her name and gender in August 2023. The court order said the petition is supported by clear and convincing objective evidence of appropriate clinical care and treatment for gender transitioning or change provided by a licensed medical professional, and that there is clear and convincing evidence Bailey has transitioned to the sex sought in the petition in a consistent and uniformed manner for at least 6 months. I'm guessing that is their requirement if you want to change your sex officially, that it has to come from a medical professional. You have to have some sort of psychological care too, and they have to both probably recommend that this is in your best interests. That is true. All right. Hey, it is getting real late, and it's late in the day here. I've been almost on the air for, I don't know, 2.5, almost 3 hours. So it is a lot of rage, right? And the rage must have been at the mum, because the mum was shot 4 times and the dad was only shot twice. So the issue must be with the mum. What that issue is, they don't say, but something to do with the change of sex. Yeah, something to do with the change of sex from male to female. No, I know, but I haven't even eaten yet, so I gotta go. I gotta eat something, and I got stuff I gotta do before 5 o'clock. So, y yeah, you want more shows? We got the early show, if you need more content. But hey, I'm gonna wrap up for the night. I really appreciate everyone. Actually, my voice is going a little bit. I want to thank, hey Kim, thank you so much. Kim sent in a donation. Thank you, Kim. I really appreciate it. And Deborah, thank you to you both. It is very, very kind of you. And Mr. Dan Yee earlier today. All three of you, very, very kind to me, and I do appreciate it. Appreciate the support of the channel. I need something. I think I'm gonna go make a protein shake, actually. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Hey, Melmac. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. And I Hate Mornings. Good to have you here. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. For the early show. And then, I don't know, we'll see if we do a late show tomorrow or not. Yeah, don't murder people and stay safe out there. Yeah, no murdering, okay? Don't do that. I'm going to go. Hey, love you all. Peace out. Bye. Bye-bye.